Look at that. You know, as much as I'll be honest, I hate this time of year because I drive for a living and it makes my job suck. This is like the greatest thing ever. Get all my fishing stuff down from the attic, ice fishing stuff. I already put a lot of my summer fishing stuff. I can grab it at any time. It's up in various spots on the roof. And get my ice fishing stuff ready because the forecast looks freaking nice. And hopefully we get some ice, and I'm ice fishing this weekend. We're going to go through my ice fishing stuff, probably in follow-up videos, start some upgrades on stuff. I'm going to try not to work as much this winter. You always say that, and then I get greedy. I can't wipe the smile off my face right now. Like, having that stuff come down from the elevator, oh, it makes, as much as my job sucks this time of year, it makes this time of year worth it. So we're gonna go through my ice fishing stuff, and then in follow-up videos, I'm gonna do some upgrades to make my time more enjoyable on the water. So keep watching the video. All right, so we got the garage cleaned up. Got the side-by-side in here with the plow on it. Gonna go through my ice fishing stuff, get it ready, because it is the most wonderful time of the year. Gonna take a look at stuff. Go through everything here. I haven't set this thing up in years. Oh. Woo! Like I said, I have not set this one up in years. Hoping to do a little ice camping this year. Kind of wanted to get rid of this year, get one of the new ones with the full door in it. I also don't want to work that much anymore. So I'm kind of curtailing my spending on stuff I don't need. This is perfectly fine. I think it's a 650. It's more than big enough to do some ice camping in. See if I can get a light, show the inside of this. Show you the inside of this. This light ain't real good for it, but I have more than enough room. It's hard. This is the thing about this one, because it's got the black interior on it. It's actually it's really hard to film in because of the black interior. You don't really get good light in it, and it's hard to make videos in this because of the black interior, which isn't enough for me to get rid of it, because I also don't make that many fishing videos. Might do some ice camping videos. It sets up which is what I wanted to do. So it'll close up, it'll heat, it'll work. Might be a 450, but I think it's a 650. Whichever model this is, it's basically an 8x8 room. So you can set a cot in there, you can set a small table in there, and you can still have a room for a chair and fishing. It's actually pretty nice for one person to camp in, but if you're going to do two or more, it's probably not that nice. But for me, I'm the only one that does it that'll do it in my family. The other thing we gotta check out here, grab a battery. I have not like we have to go through. That needs to be turned down though. Which this is okay, it is on one. But the adjustments right here. This is a DeWalt. I did a video a long time ago. I think it was called the Electric Revolution. And I still actually have that drill. And I had that drill on here until last year. I think I had it on for 8 years. I'm looking up the number here. So this is a DCD 999. This is the upgraded drill over that other one. I think the other one was a 998. I can actually go grab it and look at it. We'll figure out which one it was. It's what I use for my normal when I need a drill. It's what I've always used for that. But I used to disconnect it from there and use it in the summer, but it would leave me without a drill in the winter because this is a 996. And if you look, I don't know if that's going to show up. It says Made in America. If you look at this one, which my buddy, he has a 999 also says Made in America. I liked his so much I bought one, but I made the mistake of buying it from Amazon, not the DeWalt store, not any of that. Off of Amazon, got a really good deal on it, but it's a made in Mexico drill. That's the difference. My buddy has a brand new one, 999. Yeah, I don't know where he got it from. I think it was probably Runnings, knowing him. And his is made in the United States. And everybody's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal to be made in Mexico. You can actually tell the difference in power and everything else between his and mine. We both have them on the clam plate. Although I don't know if his clam plate has a gearbox or not. But his is noticeably more powerful. This drill is a flex volt. So the 999 is supposed to get more power when you put a 60 volt battery on it, which is what I run in them. And being that it's a 999 and this is a 996 and it's flex volt, this should be more powerful than this drill, but it's not. It's the cheap down version, made in Mexico version. It's not more powerful than my old 996. I was kind of disappointed in this. We're going to keep it on here, but I do always have this one as a backup. I don't carry it with me when I'm ice fishing, but I don't trust the new DeWalt stuff that's not made in the United States. But the great thing about electric, this is a 9 amp an hour. No, this is a 6 amp an hour battery on here. Actually, if you look over there, I think it shows up on camera. You can see a row of DeWalt batteries, a big charger. There's other DeWalt stuff. Like, I'm kind of heavily invested in DeWalt. Sometimes I wish I went Milwaukee, but they're both kind of junk now, so it really don't matter. Everybody's always like, oh, I drill a lot of holes, I can't go to electric. I don't know what to tell you if you're still using a gas auger. I wouldn't use one. I find it weird when I hear one running on the lake. With the 6 amp an hour battery, through about 12 inches of ice, I can drill well over 100 holes with the 6 amp, probably 150 with a 9 amp. And they go through like butter, and you're fatigued a lot less because there's no vibration, there's no nothing. It's just smooth right through. When you get into deeper ice, like 24 inches or more, they still fly like right through it. And I'll be honest, that time of year when you're dealing with that much ice, I don't drill that many holes anyways. But I can still probably, if I carry two 9 amp an hour batteries, I can probably still drill 100 holes with it. They're more reliable, they're easier than gas. I absolutely love, this camera's a piece of shit. It's supposed to follow me, never does. But I absolutely love the electric augers. This is my other ice house. This is probably well, not probably, it is what I use the most. Look at this camera, it's just junk. It's supposed to follow me. There you go, follow me, a piece. So, this is Eskimo wide one. Thought I had more crap in here. I'm going to be looking for a lot. Wow, I got tackles spread out all over my garage, so I kind of know where it's at. Somewhere around here. I love this ice house. Easy setup. I mean, it's just a single flip. There's no extending poles. There's no nothing like that on it. The only thing, two things with this Eskimo ice house. You're supposed to be able to set it up as a wind block. It's supposed to come with bars that go through here and keep it from folding all the way down. Mine didn't come with that. Eskimo didn't put it in there. I tried calling them for them and trying to get a hold of any of these big corporations is kind of a pain in the ass. And I could never get an answer. Wind block pinches to keep it from falling. However, it doesn't fall real easy, and I'm just going to get some bars, probably rivet them to that on a cable that just slide in between there so it won't. So it's not that big of a deal. The other thing I don't really care for with this, the seat is super comfortable. I used to fish out of an old, like the original clam single. That was my single man. That was the one that I used. And the seat slid all the way back in, which I liked more because then I could put my feet in the sled and they weren't on the ice, and it kept my feet from getting cold. And on these new ones, the seat don't slide. The seat's permanently there. But I am going to be doing some upgrades to this here. It's actually why it's sitting in the garage. We're going to build a base for the sled. Oh, the other thing I don't like about this is you tow it, your rope is set up, everything's set up backwards. So if you're towing it from hole to hole, you got to pull it and then spin it around to sit in it, which ain't that big of a deal, but it's extra noise on the ice, and I don't like that. I'd rather not have that. So a lot of the times, if I know I'm just hole hopping and the weather is conducive, I don't bring it. If it's not super windy out and everything else, I don't bring it. I just bring a sled and this bucket. I just bring the sled and I sit my big butt on a bucket just like this and I fish. And I have a little little sled that this sits in, and it's what I use if it's not super windy out. If it is windy and cold, then I use this. But we're going to be doing some upgrades to this. The other thing I don't like about it is there's a lot of, like it's extended out right now. Okay, it wasn't extended out. But there's still a lot of like the front canvas, because it extends out and it goes in. The front canvas is pretty loose on it. So I'm going to build some bars that go in between that kind of spread that out. If it's windy out, that canvas sits there and flaps. But when you have the house down, you're sitting in it, there is a pretty good amount of room in the wide one. I can have my fish finder, 2 holes, and everything laid out in front of me, and it works out pretty good. You can have a heater too, but I'm going to build a base for the sled that has a hole for a 1 pound, and I use the heater mini, just sits on a 1 pound. And honestly, I don't use the heater too much in it because it's small enough that unless it's really effing cold out, you don't really need one. You kind of do, but you kind of don't. So I don't use the heater in it a lot. But we're also going to add some lights to it, a battery box. I might build a battery box. I have one started there, but I have a power unit around now. It's right over here. I have a power unit, a Blue Eddy portable generator, whatever they want to call them. This one died. I actually did a video on this, how it died. Pissed me off. I'm getting a new one of those. And the reason I'm getting a new one, not a Blue Eddy, I'm not getting a Blue Eddy. I don't trust them. The reason I'm getting a new one is because in that, I'm going to run a diesel heater. The reason I'm going from propane to diesel, the main reason is they're nicer. I have a diesel heater in my semi. I actually have 2 of them in there. I have a coolant heater and I have a bunk heater. So they give you a nice dry warm air, whereas if you burn propane, there's a lot of water, a lot of moisture comes from that heat. So that's why you get all the condensation in. When you use a diesel heater inside of a fish house, it's a nice dry warm heat. It doesn't add moisture to, so you don't get all that water dripping down like you do with propane. So in order to have a battery for one, I already have the inverter that you need to plug into that to run it, because that doesn't take the startup wattage for whatever reason. Once you get it running, it takes very little power. I also have a solar panel that I can put out, and I could stay out for days, have enough battery to power my heater and charge, because I make videos. I need something to charge my batteries for camera and laptop, so I can move video from the card to the laptop and back and forth and everything else, so I'm not going through a whole bunch of cards. So that's why I carry that with me when I'm in that. When I'm in this, I don't worry about a battery. So that's why I might make a battery pack for that, so I can charge my phone, have a camera battery charging, stuff like that, but just a little battery pack for that. Or I have this thing too. This is a 45,800 milliamp an hour battery pack. This can basically charge a camera long enough when I'm fishing that I don't have to worry about battery. It'll also power lights, so I'll probably just end up putting one of these in there and wiring my lights to a USB connection, wiring a switch in between so I can turn the lights on and off. But those are all projects that we're going to be doing here probably in the next couple days. It feels so good to have the ice fishing stuff out. I know if you don't ice fish, you probably don't understand it. But if you ice fish, camera's being a piece of shit again. If you ice fish and you enjoy ice fishing, you understand it. Like having this stuff out and not shoved up in the attic is a very good thing. So I appreciate you watching my short video of me setting up my ice fishing stuff. If you want to, go ahead and subscribe. There will be more ice fishing content this year. Cut it either way. I'm not working that hard this winter. I've come to that conclusion that work is overrated. And I'm going to spend more time doing what I want to do. So thanks for watching.